Did you know that big brands like Levi Strauss are already eyeing the AI models to diversify their online shopping experience?
The company, Levi's, it's announced that it will begin to supplement its use of real humans with hyper-realistic AI-generated models as soon as next year.
Back to Levi. The news is that it plans to start testing AI-generated clothing models later this year. It already got into partnership with digital fashion studio LaLaLand.ai, and this news is making human influencers go bonkers. If agencies have there for the next few years, it wouldn't be too long for the downfall of human influencers. So, look out for favorite influencers so they wouldn't be out of job while the advertising agencies mint money using AI models.
Singapore's March issue cover shoot was modeled entirely by 3 different AI-created Southeast Asian women. The avatars were inspired by images of Southeast Asian women from the early 1900s.
We have already seen many changes in the marketing patterns in the few years ever since social media took over the world. With that, it gave rise to influencer marketing, which proved to be more effective than the traditional marketing. Now that the AI is into the play, this sector might take a dramatic turn. All thanks to AI-generated models, things change wouldn't take longer than 2 years. Looking at the AI models popping up every now and then with a level of sophistication that is unparalleled, it is safe to say they are cashing big bucks for marketing agencies as well. To get an idea of how far this came along, let's take Aitana, for example. Aitana is the first AI model that Spain has seen. This was created and introduced by The Clueless, a design agency based in Spain. They have portrayed Aitana as a 25-year-old with giving importance to detailing. What I mean by this is that, unlike traditional ones, Aitana is a pink-haired woman from Barcelona. Given the funky look and the looks, Aitana soon became a social media sensation.
Picture. This is an Instagram account for Fit Aitana, who's obviously a beautiful woman, right? Well, kind of beautiful, but not a woman. Because she's not a person, because that's AI. And I had seen this account before. We talked about it on the show. There was some article. Well, let's come back up.
Amassing over 121,000 followers on Instagram in no time. And with followers follows the cash. This is something we all know, and it also holds true for Aitana, who has got a lucrative career for herself, earning huge money just through endorsements. Now, by huge money, I mean $10,000 per month. This amount is even huge for a human influencer. This clearly is a depiction of how AI models can take over human influencers, and looks like they wouldn't be settling for low bucks just because they are AI generated. Now, to understand the impact in a great depth, we have to look at the story creation of Aitana. The agency's desire stemmed from the fact that they needed someone who's not subjected to challenges that come with human influencers, and also someone who is more reliable, since there is always a question of trust when it comes to humans. Ruben Cruz, founder of The Clueless, gave a clarification saying that Aitana is just to serve as a model for brands associated with the agency. Now, what's interesting is that they are so much similar to humans influencers. Take the AI model I talked about earlier, for example. Every week Aitana activities are scheduled, and by that I mean the agency crafts her lifestyle in advance, from weekly activities to curating photos for her followers to selecting destinations for her visit. All of this is so mindfully done so that it would satisfy the followers who are eager to keep up with her life. Now, this bridges the gap between connectivity that followers have with their human followers, which everyone believed couldn't be possible with AI models. As of now, we don't see any traditional photo shoots or wardrobe changes involved, but instead of this, experts are using Photoshop to orchestrate scenarios for the AI models. Now, this creates a virtual experience for the AI models to enjoy the weekends in cities like Madrid. Ruben Cruz, marketing agency founder, said, "In the first month, we recognized that people are drawn to lives, not just images. Given Aitana isn't a living being, we needed to infuse a touch of reality to establish a relatable connection with her audience. We had to weave a narrative. If you think this hype wouldn't last long, the second virtual model going viral would prove you wrong." Second model Maya was created after the success of Aitana. What's interesting is that brands are expressing their interest to let AI models be the face of the brand and their values. AI models help the brand to minimize their costs, but while there are many advantages associated with this, there also seems to be a huge concern regarding ethics. Another thing, which is AI models creating unrealistic perfection. Critics are worrying about this and how it could further amplify the body image issues and also set unrealistic beauty standards, mostly in the younger generation. Furthermore, there is also some backlash regarding the highly sexualized image associated with virtual models like Aitana. In retaliation to these criticisms, the agencies are responding, saying the sexual portrayal of AI models aligns with the aesthetic that has already been established by real brands and influencers. The agency also believes that it would take an incredible amount of time to change the perception and shift in vision of brands. This is because the current visual landscape is already characterized by a certain level of sexualization. And it is not just Aitana and Miana. There are many other famous AI models like Mila Sophia, brainchild of Netmili Oi, Rosie, who is a South Korean virtual influencer, Emily Pellegrini, and many more who are earning thousands of dollars every single month, rivaling the pay for human influencers. Shahnaz Ahmed, AI influencers do signify an interesting turning point. Being digitally programmed, they can be the most accessible version of influence we've seen to date. They can speak any language we want, create content quickly, stay constant, and be fully adaptable. Research has also shown that human beings find it easier to open up more to a virtual person than a real one. Think confession box, a safe space to be honest with no judgment. It has the possibility to support our mental health and well-being needs in ways humans can't. While we can agree to most of what leaders in the AI space have to say, it's time to dive a bit more deep. To start with, as a matter of fact, these virtual women will never age, but many are apprehensive about the people behind these. That is because these AI models that we are witnessing are made through the lens of people who don't live the life of the character they've created. To simplify, for instance, it is like men making women through male gaze, among many others, is a murky and dangerous place to enter into. While both AI and human influencers have their pros and cons, it is important to understand humanizing a brand using real people. Even many recognized people from the fashion industry have talked about how the fashion industry itself is a cutthroat sector where authenticity was key to success of both models and brands. And now that AI is trying to make its place in the fashion world, it's become even more. Furthermore, in many studies, it was mentioned that gens consider authenticity as an important factor while using any product or service. Moving on. As we have come to the end of the video, let's talk about an interesting topic which is akin to AI models. Shudu, as you can see, is the world's first digital supermodel created by the Digitals. The creation of Shudu was perfectly timed since digital influencers are reshaping the landscape. Now this has generated a lot of traction, and now Shudu easily has around 250,000 followers. For those who don't know, Shudu is not an AI model, rather she was created through the applications of 3D modeling techniques in 2017. Now talking about the earnings of Shudu, while we don't have an exact figure of it, here's what Cameron Wilson, the CEO of the Digitals, has to say. He mentioned how the digital models generate revenue, which is much closer and comparable to what the human influencers are making right now. This has encouraged them to seamlessly integrate AI into the influencer marketing space. And it's not just these companies. Many have already entered the pavilion and are in a race to cash in big bucks. But all that we can now do is to wait to see the progress in this area. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more updates on AI. Lastly, tell us in the comments, who would you rather prefer, AI models or human influencers?